Don't have stats?
Good evening, everyone. We now bring in the press conference following the second EuroCup game here in London against Slask Wroclaw. I'm joined by head coach of Slask Wroclaw, Andrei Jurek. Coach, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
First, congratulations to London. I think they played a very good offensive game. They were making the shots when it was the most important. Definitely, I'm not happy about the way how we started the game, how we started third quarter. Unfortunately for us, we just fell apart in the fourth quarter. So for us, we had two players who played the first game, one guy after 15 months, one guy after almost 2 months. So definitely that reflects in the game. Our problem was that we were not able to stop. Like here is that they've got 8 offensive rebounds, but they had 8 offensive rebounds already in the first half. So these stats are not correct. So they got too many offensive boards. We committed too many turnovers, and they just used. They got two good players not to be able to use that.
Absolutely. And what did you think was lacking with your performance tonight specifically?
Oh, definitely defense and rebounding. That's two things that you don't do that in this competition. You don't have a chance to win the game.
And what do you look to change going into your next game?
We just started to practice with the whole team. Still not the whole team because our big man was not here tonight. So he's back on Friday. So maybe on Friday we will have the first practice with the whole roster this season. So that's what we need. We need the whole roster back. We need to practice and definitely to improve the way how we play.
No problem. I invite questions from the floor.
Yeah, just one question from me. It's been a tough EuroCup campaign for you guys thus far. How would you assess the campaign overall for you guys in a positive light?
Definitely, it's very good competition. Play against very good teams. You can see that most of the teams are, I can say at the top, but in one of the top teams in their leagues. So definitely very, very demanding competition. We were close in some games, like last game we lost in last second by a tough 3-point shot. But for us, we just gotta get really 100% every game. We don't get 100% in every game, we don't have a chance to win.
Thank you very much, Coach. We'll shortly be joined by the head coach of the London Lions, Ryan Schmidt. So welcome back to the press conference here in London. We're now joined by head coach of London Lions, Ryan Schmidt. Coach, what are the emotions in the locker room like after a win like that?
I think everything's really positive. I think we're just kind of happy we're trending in the right direction. I think after the FIBA window, we came back kind of with a renewed focus and cleaned some things up, especially on the offensive end. And again, these guys are just doing a really good job of playing together. I think the last 2 games in this competition, you look at our assist numbers being over 20. We're sharing the ball, and defensively, we always knew that would kind of be our identity, and how we were going to be able to win games, and that's been consistent, and that's been fun to see. But yeah, we're excited, playing well. But again, we know in this competition, every single night is going to be a battle, and so again, take the win when you get them, and now we got to move on and prepare for our next game.
So yeah, as you said, two wins on the bounce in the EuroCup, and you face Paris next. What's the next challenge for you?
We got a few games, but that's a home game, so we got a couple more before that. But just we got to take care of business on the road, and we know again the 2 opponents that we're going to see before we're able to come back home are going to be tough. But we're in a position where we wanted to be. We talked about being able to get a win tonight would put us at 3-3 and 500 in the competition through the first 6 games, and we're kind of right in the thick of it. So again, just you kind of see. Everyone's kind of beating up on each other. There's a couple teams that are at the top, I think, sitting with 1 loss. But, I think through the first 6 games with the injuries we've had, some inconsistent play that we're able to clean up, I like the spot we're in moving forward.
And over to you, Sam. What does it mean to be a part of this team competing in the 7 days EuroCup competition?
This has been, first, go personally, it's been such a great opportunity for myself. I think I speak for a lot of guys in the locker room there. The thing that we're trying to build here is it kind of hits you as bigger than yourself, right? And that's what Coach Ryan here and Brett, who's in Miami right now, but that's what they've preached. They want to build something unique here and special here, and we have a chance to do that. And if we can just be a building block for that. That we've done our job, and it starts with nights like tonight. We've been in and out of our rotations with injuries, with depth, and guys are stepping up and coming together. I think as Coach touched on, coming out of the FIBA break, he really worked us and got us to buy into the identity that he's set out for us. And it's hard to do sometimes, and those are tough conversations you have to have. But when you have a full locker room now supporting each other and work, rowing in the same direction, nights like tonight can happen, and last week can happen, and hopefully tomorrow night for us. And it's a day-by-day process, but it can only get better.
Coach, coming back to yourself, what do you think was the key to the win tonight?
I just think our ability to convert stops to scores. I thought we did a really good job defensively. That second quarter when we gave up 27. A lot of it was from, I want to say bad offensive possessions, but we missed some shots we would normally make, kind of point blank at the rim. And again, those misses converted to easy opportunities for them on the offensive end. So, we talked about that at halftime. Again, valuing possessions, getting good shots, taking care of the ball. And again, anytime we can get our defense set and try to make teams beat us in the half court, we feel pretty confident with it. And also too, just it's taking care of the ball, right? When you look at the assist numbers, you look at the turnovers. I was sitting with my staff to start the fourth quarter. We had 7 turnovers in that third quarter, and you feel it, right, where they can kind of creep back in the game. And I told them, I said, we got to have a 2 turnover or fewer quarter. And we did. We ended up having just 2 more turnovers to finish the game, so it put us at 14. But again, the assist number is 22. To me, that's just we've got a lot of weapons on the floor, and when the guys share the ball like that, again, I think offensively you're going to see nights like tonight.
Absolutely. Open questions to the floor.
Yeah, Coach. Continuing on from what you were saying toward the end of the third quarter, it was a bit of a nervy end to that third period. Can you just elaborate a bit more on what you were saying to the guys going into that fourth period? Because obviously it was a 13-0 run that eventually sealed the game.
Yeah, I think, again, just to not reiterate exactly what I said, but for us right now, it's really, we know we can score on the offensive end. It's just a matter of sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot, and I think we kind of rush possessions a little bit. Take some quick, ill-advised ones when we don't kind of work the possession a little bit. We talk a lot about trying to get paint touch scores, where the ball hits the paint first, whether that's catch and shoot threes or we're playing off post touches. And again, I think when we take care of a ball and we get those kind of possessions on the offensive end, that's when we're at our best defensively, because again, we're not playing in transition. And we knew going into this game, like that's a team, like if you let them get out and run in transition, like they're really lethal. So again, it was really important for us to have those possessions, you know, whether we were scoring or not, at least getting good shot attempts so we'd be able to get back, get our defense set. And that's what we did, right? I think we stacked a number of possessions in a row where it was good offense possessions that led to good defensive possessions, and then vice versa, converting after that as well.
Just finally for me, Sam, it's a lot of talk before the season was, you know, how London would cope with the vast volume of games, something that you're used to with your NBA career. But how do you assess where London are right now? You know, 3-3 in the EuroCup, doing well in the BBL as well. Where do you assess where your team is heading into, obviously, to a league game tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we like where we're at in terms of, you know, we're right in the mix in EuroCup. You know, you didn't expect anyone to be, you know, 6-0, you know, going on to 10-0. You know, that's not how European basketball works. There's going to be a logjam in the middle, but it's those teams that can, one, get a little luck with staying healthy, but two, you know, continue to be going on an upward trajectory. You know, those are the ones that are going to, you know, eke some wins out, you know, down the stretch. So I think we like, you know, where we've positioned ourselves. We've had a lot of bad luck with injuries, and this maybe was our first game having everyone together, which is incredible. You know, so when you look at it that way, it can only get better. But it's one of those things that, you know, we win last week. We came home, got a win. We get, you know, win tonight. No, we have a game tomorrow. And I think that's a good thing. You got to, you know, wipe the slate clean, win or loss, and know there's work to do, because we see in our locker room what we have, but like talk is cheap a lot of times, and we got to hold each other accountable. We got to hold each other to a higher standard. You know, we're not here just to compete. We're here to win, and if we keep each other to that each day, you know, he does, and we follow his role and his lead, we're gonna be okay.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. That concludes the EuroCup press conference. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Sam.